You read my mind. Yes, it is true that I am Nick Shell, and I'm known across the world. When I go to stadiums, what are the people chanting? They're chanting, living legend, living legend. And then the other side of the stadium, of hair loss, of hair loss. So when you hear it, it's like, living legend of hair loss, living legend of hair loss. That's what it's like if you're Nick Shell when you walk into a packed stadium. Now, with that being said, we're going to check out a comment. And I was already thinking about doing this video, but then when this comment showed up, I was like, yeah, I need to make this video. Here's a comment I received. I made a video called Male Pattern Baldness Has an Evolutionary Advantage, Survival of the Fittest. Lucas had this to say, quote, can you make a video which face shape is good for a buzz cut or bald head? End quote. And then one person even gave that comment a thumbs up. This is a very relevant question. And if you watch my videos from about a year ago, so a year ago, February 2018, is when I started shaving my head, zero guard buzz cut. And I did that for 2 or 3 months. I mean, basically all of February through the end of it. So, well, let's say a solid 2. I did it for 2 solid months, but I made so many videos that I kept posting them a month after I had already shaved my head because I couldn't post them as quick as I could record them. Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I recorded them so many at once that if I even at 3 a day, it took a month after my hair was already growing out and I was still posting these videos that I'd already shot because that's how popular they were, and I wanted to make sure that we all got a lot of content out of that. But definitely during that time, I made some videos just because people seeing me with a shaved head, one of the main things people were saying was, you look really good with a shaved head. You have the right head shape, you have the right face shape. You can definitely pull it off, but Nick, I can't because I don't have the right head shape. I don't have the right face shape. I heard that all the time. Now, with that being said, if that many people said I had the right head shape, okay, I'll take your word for it. I have the right head shape and face shape and skin color. People even said that because I'm not, my skin's not too light even, so there's that. And I have dark hair anyway, dark eyebrows, so I can grow a beard. People gave me all these reasons why I look good with a shaved head. Let me just do a turnaround so we can just get an idea of my head shape. I don't know if, and people who know more about it than I do can tell me what the correct shape is. I don't know if my head like more boxier or whatever. Now, something people have noticed even on my other channel, Family Friendly Daddy Blog, people, and I don't ever talk about hair loss on that channel, but people have, they have repeatedly said that I have a high forehead. They don't mean that in terms of hair loss or receding hairline. They just mean my forehead is more prominent, and that they're saying that was more of a German feature, and my last name is a German name, and so yeah, and DNA tests confirmed that my dad's DNA is about a quarter German. So however that works out. So I have so it's interesting if people can perceive that I have a taller forehead, yet still I have a perfect head shape for shaving off my hair. So because I think a lot of people say that, they're like, well, I can never shave off of my hair because my forehead's too big. Well, I guess I prove otherwise. I have a high forehead, but I also look good with the shaved head. So what is the right face shape and what is the right head shape for shaving off all your hair? This is my answer. My answer is the right head shape or face shape is when you look at that person and you can just look straight through their eyes, and you have to look inside their brain. And when you can see inside their brain, that in their brain that they have what it takes to be the kind of man who would shave off his hair to begin with mentally, that's the right head shape, that's the right face shape. It's the face and it's the skull that can contain the brain of someone willing to shave off their hair. That's the answer. And it goes back to what I continually say about Steve Martin on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. There's an episode with Steve Martin, and he tells Jerry Seinfeld that he based his career as a stand-up comedian back in the 70s with fake confidence, but no one knew the difference. Steve Martin said there's no difference between real confidence and fake confidence. People cannot tell the difference. And so he said, I built this character on stage of this guy who was super confident, very sure of himself. And he said that wasn't actually who I was, but I knew that I needed to become that because that's what the audience needed to see. They needed that from me. So I put on an act and they bought it. And Steve Martin made a career off of that. And I think that's interesting. And I feel the same thing applies when it comes to shaving your head. If you want to overanalyze the shape of your head, the face, your face shape, or whatever, you can do that and talk yourself out of shaving your head. But compare that to the other guy who maybe some people say, well, that guy has a big head, or whatever they would say about him. He shaves his head and people actually like the way it looks anyway. Meanwhile, here's this other guy thinking, I don't know, do I have the right? And he ends up not doing it. He ends up not getting that confidence boost that the other guy who says, I don't care if I've got the right shape, I'm doing it anyway. It's all about not do you have the right shape, but do you have the right thoughts in your brain? You know, as far as what does it take to have the confidence to shave off your hair if you're balding or receding hairline and starting to bother you? What does it take to have that confidence? It's about looking at your hand, grabbing the zero guard buzz, and just like, it's a matter of doing it. It's not a matter of analyzing and thinking it. And I think that's an advantage that a lot of men have. They don't ask the question, do I have the right head shape? Do I have the right face? Do I have the right skin color, skin tone, eyebrow? They don't ask those questions. They realize that so much of the allure, the attraction of a man who shaves his head is that he doesn't care about those things. Now, if we want to compare me to some other guy that doesn't have a better head, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you did it. You shaved your head, you did it. You're conveying a message to society. I'm confident of enough of a person that whether or not I can grow hair based on my DNA doesn't matter. But I will tell you this, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't care about people looking at my hair to the point that I'm willing to shave it off and say, this is the new me, deal with it. That's my answer. Yeah. What's that? I can't hear you. Can you just leave a comment? I can probably hear you better if you, yeah, just put it in the comment right there.